Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the APA, the ACA, or any other therapist for that matter. And I would like to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp.com, BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. I will put it down in the description. They are an online counseling company. They help people internationally. So anywhere in the world, if you can get to betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez, get in there, fill out some questions. They will place you with a counselor here in the US. And they work all over the world, so wherever the internet is allowed. And if you're in a rural area, you don't like the counselor that's in your little town, you want to get a counselor elsewhere in your state, but you don't want to have to drive a million miles, go on to www.betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. Fill out the form. They'll put you together with somebody who is a master's level or above in your state. Everyone is licensed, so that is a good thing. So thank you, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. Awesome sauce. All right. Let us dive into the questions, shall we? How the hell does your hair grow so fast? Well, I think it's genetics. I really do. My dad and my mom both had amazing hair. Even my mom lived to be 89 and she still had a full head of hair. I mean, it was just beautiful. She had beautiful, beautiful hair. My dad lived to be 76 and he had a full head of hair. So it's genetic. It's genetic. Okay. Would EMDR help for trauma? Yeah, it can. It absolutely can. But you have to realize not every modality is for every person. Some people love EMDR. Other people do EMDR and they're like, oh, hell no. They just don't like it. It doesn't work with them. So you find a modality that works. That is the best suggestion I can give you. So find one that works. So yeah, EMDR could theoretically help you. But if it doesn't, don't be afraid to be like, this just wasn't for me. Let me find a different modality. So there's CBT, DBT, EFT. There's a whole bunch of different modalities you could try. I know only people in my inner circle should have the power to get a strong emotional reaction from me. Well, yes or no? Yes and no. So a strong emotional reaction. If somebody's poking the bear and they're getting a reaction out of you, the question is, why are they poking the bear? So the question is, okay, but what advice do you have for me that I'm giving the power to people even outside? So that's a self-esteem thing. That is a self-esteem thing. You really need to work on boundaries and self-esteem. So I would get the Self-Esteem Workbook by Glenn Schiraldi, or You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and Boundaries, The Disease to Please, Harriet Breaker, and or Codependent No More, Beyond Codependent No More, both books by Melanie Beattie, and work on that. And it's a choice. It's like, why are you giving your power away? What are you hoping to get out of giving your power away? There's something going on. So investigate that. Investigate that. Can a narcissist also have cptsd, or can they pretend to have it? Yes and yes. So any mental health thing, diagnosis, can be comorbid. So in other words, there can be narcissism going on and borderline going on. There can be narcissism going on and major depression going on. There can be narcissism going on and anorexia going on. There can be narcissism going on and, it's comorbidity. So they can have multiple diagnoses, things. You know what I'm saying? So there can be more than one thing going on. Can they fake it? Oh, hell yeah, they can. They're the world's greatest actors. Are you kidding me? So, if they're treating people poorly, it doesn't matter what their other diagnosis is. They're treating people poorly. You don't deserve to be treated poorly by them. So get away. So that's my big thing. Chris, I begin something and I leave it halfway because I cannot focus more than a few seconds. Is this PTSD or is this ADD? I don't have you in front of me. I don't know. So what I would strongly suggest is go get evaluated. Go get evaluated. It's just, this is the thing that drives me crazy, is that people are like, no, I don't want to go find out if I have colon cancer. Well, if you find out if you have colon cancer, you can do something about it, So go get evaluated. Go get evaluated. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the diagnosis. All that is doing is giving you a roadmap in which direction to go. That's it. Doesn't mean a damn thing about you. And anyone who says that it does can go pound sand. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It could be either or both. So again, go get an evaluation. Let's go find out what's going on so that you can concentrate. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, I got away and I never want to go back, but now what do I do? This is what I need help with. So, okay. I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. When we leave an abusive situation, whether it's a work situation, a family situation, a romantic situation, a friend situation, whatever, we have to now find purpose in our life because we've spent so much time and energy dumping it into the abuser trying to fix them. So now it's time for you to focus on you. So what would give your life meaning? So there's a few things you can do. Self-Esteem Workbook by Glenn Schiraldi, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and existentialism. What is the meaning in your life? Go explore existentialism. So Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Great book. Depressing as all hell. Great book. So, look at that because really it's finding meaning again. It's finding meaning. It's like, what gives your life meaning? So go explore. It's okay to take time to figure out who you are and what you want. Not what the abuser wants, not what the abuser told you. You go find you. You go find you and take your time and have fun with it. Look at this assignment as a fun assignment. It's like, wow, I get to go figure out who I am and what I want. Whoa, trippy. Do it. You'll love it. It'll be fun. So yeah, that is the task that we all have coming out of abusive relationships. Okay. Is there anything I can do to help with the nightmares? It really is disrupting my sleep and contributing to my anxiety. So there's a couple of things you can do. There are meditations that you can do before night. There are self-suggestions. There are subconscious, what are those things? Where you play it and it gives positive subconscious suggestions kind of thing as you sleep. The other thing you can do is mirror work, like right before you go to bed. So I like doing mirror work morning and evening. So in the morning, it's the go team, we got this talk. It's like, hi, good to see you. Have a great day. I give you permission to be awesome. Go have a great day. And then you go and have a great day. At night, come home. Hi, good to see you again. Here are 3 things you did right today. So remind yourself what you did right today because we never do that. We don't. I don't know what it is about us as human beings, but we don't ever tell ourselves what we did right. And especially if we'd come from a family of origin that was abusive or had a romantic relationship or had a boss or a friend or whatever. It's like we start bagging on ourselves. It's like we become our own abuser in a way. So you want to remind yourself of the 3 things you did right. And then you go, you know what? I want you to sleep so well and have safe, wonderful, happy dreams. And then go to bed. You've just given your subconscious that to chew on, So, and how do I know this works? I've told this story 1,000 times and I'll tell it again. I was going under for a colonoscopy, right? And I told myself and I told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm gonna have dreams about Oded Fehr, who's an Israeli actor and he's gorgeous. He was in The Mummy. He was the one that had the face tattoos everywhere. Anyway, so I said, I'm gonna dream about him. Well, so John goes back to get me after the surgery, and the nurse looks at him and goes, "Who's Oded Fehr?" Apparently, I was babbling about Oded Fehr. So the power of suggestion really does work. The brain is an amazing thing. So give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to sleep well. Sometimes writing the nightmares down can help as well. So write them down. What does it mean to you? Symbolically, what does it mean to you? Look up some of the Jungian archetypes, dream symbols and things like that. There's one called dreammoods.com, which is a dream dictionary. Sometimes they're right on. Other times I read it and I'm like, you all are smoking the ganja. So you really kind of have to decide, what does this symbology mean to you? What does this feel like to you? And then go to the dream dictionary and see if the archetypes match. So, and if it does, great, that's probably where your subconscious is taking you. If it doesn't, then trust your own knowledge of what this feels like to you and what you're working through. Maybe journal about it. Maybe, because the thing of it is you have to take your power back. Because that's the thing about nightmares, is that we have no power in them. And boy, does that feel like being abused. But it's our subconscious doing it. So you want to start taking your power back. It's like, okay, nightmare, I'm going to redream you, but I'm going to do it consciously in a meditative state, and I am going to change the outcome of this. So go back through the nightmare, be the hero, Win. Do the win. Take over the bad guy. Get rid of the bad guy. Do what you need to do to stay safe in the dream. And then journal. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Who does this person remind you of? What does this remind you of? How did you feel taking power back? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Remind yourself, you have the right to your own power. You have the right to say no. And you have the right to say no in dreams as well. There is such a thing as lucid dreaming. I've only been able to do it a couple of times where I've been in the dream state. I realize I'm in the dream state. There was one in particular, it was a nightmare actually. And I knew that if I went around this corner and down the side of this building that something really bad was going to happen. And I was like, you know what? Not going there. Have a nice time. Bye-bye. I turned around, I went the other way, and the dream completely shifted and changed. So yeah, so train yourself kind of to do that. Give yourself permission to dream lucidly, or like I said, go back through the dream when you're awake, and challenge. It's like, I'm not going to be afraid. You don't get to win. Nope, not going to go there. Do you see where I'm going with that? So yeah, the other thing you can do is meditation. There are the breathing meditations that are available on YouTube for free, which is great. There's also the singing bowls, the Tibetan singing bowls that I find very soothing. You can do that. Sometimes I go to sleep listening to the ocean on a track. It's those, alarm clock things that have noises, white noise. So I like the sound of the ocean because that's just where I want to be all the time, is by the ocean. So you can do that. Try all that. Write it out. Write out your dreams. What is the predominant, if it's a recurring dream, what is the reoccurrence? What is constantly happening in the dream? That is your subconscious talking to you. So do look at dream moods and see if that helps, and look at Jung, because Jung very much believed in the collective unconsciousness, the archetypes. So yeah, absolutely. What do you do if you don't believe the affirmations? You do them anyway. So it's just like in AA, fake it till you make it. When I first started doing the affirmations back in the day when I was with my therapist, do you think I believed them? No! Absolutely not. Why? Because I had all of these years of my dad filling my head full of this, So I really had to work on doing the affirmations. Did I believe them at first? Nope. Do I believe them now? Hell yeah, I do. So it's, you just keep doing them until you start believing them. Fake it till you make it. Swear to God, it works, and you're going to have to. And yeah, that negative, nasty voice, that internal critic is going to pop up and go, this is bullshit. You don't need to be doing this. No. You tell it no. You tell it no. I get to say nice things to myself. Why? Because I say so. I am the boss. It is not the boss. Does that make sense? So yeah. Okay. What can we do to help our children with CPTSD? What can we do to help our children with CPTSD 2? Love, stability, routine, and therapy, but what else? Self-esteem. Self-esteem, self-esteem, self-esteem. It is just like real estate. Location, location, location. Self-esteem, self-esteem, self-esteem. So when somebody has self-esteem, they have the certainty that they need, that the abuser took away from them, to know, okay, I'm going to be okay. Yeah, this is scary right now. Yeah, I'm having a trigger. Yeah, I'm having a flashback. Yeah, I'm ruminating, but I'm going to be okay. Why? Because I like myself and I want to be okay. So self-esteem is going to be huge. And validation. It's like, encourage them to write, encourage them to be creative, encourage them to, express and experience. And it may not be safe to do it with the other parent, because if the other parent is the abuser, obviously they're not going to be able to do that. But if they're with you 50% of the time, keep some sort of art or journal or something that they can do safely in your home, and you don't read it. That is not yours to read. This is their stuff. So they need to have safety. They need to have the ability to express and to be creative and to get it out and to be believed. That's the big thing. How many of us were not believed when we went and told somebody about what was going on? I know I wasn't. I very distinctly remember going to a high school teacher and saying, this is happening in my house. And she was like, la, 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 not listening, la, 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 I don't want to do the paperwork, la, la, la. So really, every single human experience, everyone just wants to be heard. Everyone just wants to be heard. They just want to be heard and they want to be believed. That's really what it is. So hear them, believe them, give them privacy, give them the safety to do a journal or artwork or crafts or whatever that will help them express what is going on with them. Absolutely. Self-esteem is huge. And there's a bunch of really good self-esteem books for kids. So just go on to Amazon or look it up on Google. Yes, Google. That's what it's called. Look it up on Google and just, self-esteem workbooks for teens or self-esteem workbooks for kids or whatever. And there will be a plethora of them. So yeah, absolutely. When I speak with love and kindness, I feel that is my inner child. And I was told that when dealing with people, I shouldn't talk as this kindness will be perceived as weakness. What do you think? Only abusers perceive kindness as weakness. Only abusers, let me say that again, only abusers perceive kindness as weakness because they think that they can exploit it. And that is the biggest mistake abusers use with me. So they think because I'm a therapist and because I do love people and I do want everybody to get healthy, that I'm weak somehow. They only make that mistake once. So it's like, okay, just because I'm nice doesn't mean I'm going to put up with stuff. And believe me, you don't want the claws to come out because they will. So yeah, it is not a weakness, but abusers will see it as a weakness. So you go ahead and you be kind. But you have good boundaries. Good boundaries. You can be kind and have good boundaries. It's not one or the other. It can be both. So you can be kind and be able to say no. You can be kind and have good boundaries. So I would strongly suggest reading The Disease to Please by Harriet Breaker, Codependent No More, Beyond Codependent No More, both by Melanie Beattie, Self-Esteem Workbook by Glenn Schiraldi, or You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. You have the right to be kind. I wish more people were. And that's the thing. It's like only abusers see kindness as a weakness. Think about it. Okay. I am working through, oh my goodness. I am working through the negative thinking process. I'm finding it very difficult as I'm doing studies and I find it affecting my thought process. How do you work on this? So that's thought stopping. So when a negative thought pops up, so remember, everybody's got an internal dialogue. If it's healthy, it's a cheerleader. It's like, go you, I love you, great job, oops, you screwed up, okay, make amends, good for you, you did, okay, move on, forgive yourself, all right, yay. It's good, it's kind, it's gentle. If for some reason we've had abuse, we've had abusers, we've had negative people in our lives, this thing will become our own abuser. It's almost like we've internalized the abuser, and now it's our inner critic. And this thing will be mean. Oh my goodness, it'll be mean. And what you got to do is as soon as it says anything less than, I love you, good job, keep going. Thank you for your input. Shut the bleep up. Why? Because I'm the boss. I am the boss of you. You are not the boss of me. I am goodness. So you do the polar opposite of whatever it just said. I am good enough. I am not going to live in a future that has not happened. So if it does the what if, I am good enough. I am not going to live in a future that has not happened. Thanks for playing. Why? Because I say so. Because I say so. I am the boss. Take your power back. Take your power back. Take your power back. When the thought pops up, you stop it. Ah, isn't that interesting? A thought that wants me to ruminate and feel shame. Fascinating. I see you. I hear you. Guess what? I'm not playing. I'm also not resisting it, but I'm not inviting it in. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Go right when you get work. Bye-bye, bye-bye now. Go play in traffic. Bye-bye, bye-bye now. Do you see? You don't take it seriously. The abuser wants to be taken seriously. The abuser has this desperate need, even when it's in our head, has this desperate need for gravitas. Don't give it to it. You're not going to resist the thought, because when we resist a thought, oh, pink elephant in the corner of the living room. Oh, not thinking about the pink elephant, not thinking about it, not thinking about nothing. What am I doing the whole time? I'm thinking about the pink elephant. So you don't want to do that, but you also don't want to be like, oh yeah, come on in, have some coffee. No! You do not want to invite it in for coffee. You acknowledge it, you see it, you validate it. Yeah, I hear you, I see you. I'm not playing. No. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Go back to hell where you belong. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Do you see where I'm going with that? Yep. Okay. Having trouble, and then obviously get with a good therapist to help you work on self-esteem and replacing those negative thoughts with the positive thoughts. That's what it's all about. The stronger you flex that positivity muscle, the stronger that will become, just like with anything else. And the weaker the negative stuff will become. And eventually, the negative stuff will be so few and far between that when the thought does pop up, you're going to be like, whoa, where did that come from? Holy cow. Goodbye. Not playing. Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even bother you. Does that make sense? Okay, having trouble getting over this situation. Got away from the narcissist, but struggling with loss of friends and family from me changing. Suggestions for self-soothing, helping through this lonely period. Okay, so this happens to everybody. When we change, when we are in a family system and it is dysfunctional and we step out of the family system, the family is going to either shun us, want nothing to do with us, or they're going to desperately try to drag us back in so that we stay in that dysfunctional family dynamic so that nobody else becomes the scapegoat, right? So when we have stepped away and we have decided that we're done, like stick a fork in me, I'm done, you know, it does feel very lonely. So the self-soothing talk is, I am worthy of healthy family, healthy friends. That's your self-soothing talk. Work on self-esteem. Work on The Disease to Please. Work on, by Harriet Breaker. Work on self-esteem with the Self-Esteem Workbook by Glenn Schiraldi, or You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Get into a good trauma therapist. Start a list of deal breakers. What will you never put up with ever again from anybody? Disrespect, name calling, game playing, rewriting history, gaslighting, fear, obligation, guilt. Those are all things that you should never put up with in any relationship. And then do another list. What do you want in a healthy relationship? What do you want in a healthy friendship? What do you want in the family that you are going to create? You want respect. You want kindness. You want gentleness. You want patience. You want fun. You want authenticity. You want truth. Do you see where I'm going with that? So work on all of that, you know, instead of focusing in on what you've lost, which really, when you look at it, it's like, really, have you lost something? Well, you've lost the familiarity, but have you gained peace of mind? You know, so work on what you do want, put up a list of deal breakers, get with a good therapist, work on that, start going and doing things. Now that we're finally getting vaccinated and all that sort of fun stuff, go get vaccinated, go socially distance, socialize, go meet new people. But you're going to have to really be careful of your picker. Make sure you're not picking people that remind you of your family of origin. But it is important to start having healthier relationships, healthier friendships, and bring those into your life. So yeah, it's a process. It is a process. And you just have to soothe yourself. It's like, yep, this is part of the process. It's going to be a little empty right now because we're cleaning out the closet. We're getting rid of clothes that don't fit, have holes in them, or make us look bad, make us feel bad. We're getting rid of that, and we are replacing with healthier people. So, and it takes time. So love yourself. Love yourself. Take this time of aloneness to work on you. Work on your self-esteem. Work on your boundaries. Work on your list of deal breakers. Work on your list of what you do want in a healthy relationship. Whew, that was large. Okay, that was a good one. All right, guys. Well, that is it. So this week I will be talking about, let me think. Gaslighting. Gaslighting, manipulation, lying, rewriting history, all of that stuff. This is what abusers do, name calling. I want to talk about this because people seem to, again, be minimizing. And it's like, no. If somebody has lied to you, you cannot trust them again. They are showing you who they are. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about manipulation, gaslighting, lying, pathological lying, et cetera, and what that all means, and the fear, the obligation, the guilt, which is a really good sign that it is a toxic relationship. So, all right, guys, have a great week, and I will talk to you on Sunday. Bye.